Hey, Maximizers! Welcome to my live. If this is your first time watching me, welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Crystal, aka Krista Maximizer, and I am a content coach and I help product based business owners create consistent content that converts into consistent sales so they do not have to run paid ads or hire influencers to market and promote their business. I have been creating content on Beyonce's internet since 2018. I started off teaching women how to coupon, how to budget, how to meal plan, how to strategically save money. I've been couponing since 2008, my whole entire adult life. I had a stockpile, and I got sick and tired of people asking me, like, teach me how to coupon, teach me how to coupon. So in 2018, I started my YouTube channel and I started teaching women how to coupon. And I helped women coupon for a few years. And then when the pandemic hit, my clients were like, hey, Crystal, teach us how to start a YouTube channel. Teach us how to start a side hustle. Teach us how to start a business because we need a way to make more money. There's a pandemic and we are unsure about our jobs. Teach us how to make money. So in 2020, I like to say I accidentally became a business coach. And I say accidentally because it wasn't my intention to help my clients start a side hustle or start a YouTube channel or start a business at all. It was, I did it out of the need for my clients. And one thing I do really well is I listen to my clients and I do my very best to try to give them what they want. So when they started asking me to teach them, I just started teaching them based on what I did. One of my superpowers that I had at the time that I didn't realize was I really had a really keen skill for helping someone take the idea from their brain and turn it into a business. You can tell me what you like, you can tell me what you enjoy, you can tell me what you want to do, and I can come up with a way for you to make money from it. So that's what I did with my clients. And then my business coach was like, hey, Crystal, how about you come coach our clients with their business? And I accidentally became a business coach. So from 2020 to 2023, I did both. I taught women how to save money forward facing. And then behind the scenes, if you wanted to start a business, if you wanted to start a YouTube channel, if you wanted to start a side hustle, I signed those clients as well. But in 2023, I had a little bit of a 30-year-old crisis. And I was like, I don't want to do both anymore. And I realized that my talents were better served helping women start a business and helping women grow a business. I was helping clients make 10, 20, $30,000 months. And I was like, you know what? I want to be a business coach. So in 2023, I decided that I was going to be a business coach. And in 2024, I closed down all of my couponing programs. I let go tons of clients. I let go thousands of dollars in recurring revenue. But I told myself, I want to be a business coach. I want to focus on business coaching. I want to narrow down my marketing because less is more. But as a business coach, I was like, I'm an everything business coach. The riches are in the niches. And like I said, less is more. I felt pulled all over the place because I can help you in a lot of aspects of your business, but I didn't have a focus. So at the end of 2024, I decided what type of business coach am I going to be? And I looked back at first, what did I do really well? Second, what did I help my clients with the most? What I did really well was content. Since 2018, I have two YouTube channels, TikTok, Instagram, a Facebook business page, and I've amassed over 100,000 followers and subscribers across all of those platforms. I have created over 2,000 videos on YouTube alone, not to mention any TikToks or Instagrams or Facebook videos, Reels I created. Thank you so much for the likes. I appreciate that. I created over 2,000 videos on YouTube and I've gone live over 1,000 times. Since 2019, when I started going live, I've gone live over 1,000 times, free and in some of my paid communities. From all of that content, I've been able to make a little over $400,000 from social media. So in 6 years, since 2019, in my 6 year money making anniversary and my 7 year Krista Maximizer anniversary, is this summer, August. In 7 years going on, well, 6 years of actually making money, I've made over $400,000, a little over 400,000. That money comes from brand deals. I've had 4-figure and 5-figure brand deals, affiliate income. I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars selling my coaching. I've sold memberships. I've sold one-on-one coaching. I've sold group programs. I've sold master classes. I've sold one course, only made $1,000 from the one course that I sold. Point being, I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars, and it all came from my content. Content is what I do well. All of my clients that work with me, they all come to me to help them with what? Their content, with their marketing and their sales. And I've helped them actually create content that builds their audience and makes them sales. So I said, I'm a content coach. I want to focus on content. Hold on one second. It is burning hot in here. I need to turn my air conditioner on. Like, turn it. Like, where is it? Oh my God. Why is it making me sign in? Hold on. Because the sun is beaming in here. Well, it's 173. I'm trying to turn it down. Like, turn it up. Okay, TikTok, I'm back. Anyways, content coach is who I am. I help business owners create consistent content that converts into consistent sales. That's who I am. That's what I do. I might need to close my blinds because the sun is beaming in me. Hold on. Let me close my blinds really quick and I'll be right back. Maybe that was part of the reason why I was burning hot, because the sun was beaming in on me. So, content, that's my superpower. Do you help face-based content or just business? I can help you with any type of content. If you're looking to build your audience, if you're looking to do affiliates, if you're looking to make sales of anything on social media, I can help you create content that builds an audience and attracts your ideal client so that you can sell or do whatever you like. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what type of content. Content is content. It doesn't matter what you're talking about. It's all about the strategy. So in tonight's live, I want to talk to you about planning your content. If you see me looking to the left, it's because I have my notes here. I also cracked my MacBook screen. So it's a black screen over here. So I keep looking over here to see myself because I can't see myself in my main screen. But I'm also live on all of my platforms. So I'm live on TikTok, Instagram, both of my YouTube channels, and my Facebook business page. So if you see me looking around, that's what I'm looking at, and I'm looking at my notes. But I would like to know who's here. So in the comments, if you'll let me know, where are you watching from? What city, what state, what country are you watching from? And let me know, what is your business? What is your business? Who do you help? What do you sell? And if you are interested, Nicole, in working with me, I do offer a free sales call. I actually have 2 spots opening up in my one-on-one coaching that starts for June 1st. My one-on-one coaching is a 9-month package where we work together for 9 months for your business. So if you are interested, please make sure you get on my email list. You can click the link in my profile, or you can go straight to KrysTheMaximizer.com, KRYS themaximizer.com, and you can go ahead and get on my email list. It's free to get on my email list if you are interested in working with me. But I have 2 coaching spots opening up for June 1st that I will be fulfilling this month, and they will sell out. Because this is a brand new coaching offer. It's literally not even on my website. But it's a 9-month one-on-one coaching to help you with your content, your consistency, and your cash. First 3 months, we are going to focus on your content. Then we're going to focus on your consistency. Last 3 months, we focus on how are you making more money, maximizing your sales. That is what we do in the last 3 months. So if you are interested, just make sure you get on my email list and you can book a free sales call. But don't be shy. I see a bunch of you watching over on YouTube and Facebook. Let me know down in the comments, where are you watching from? What city, what state, what country are you watching from? And then what is your business? Nicole says she's in North Carolina. Hey, from North Carolina. I'm in Florida. I'm in Central Florida. And I told you I'm Crystal. My business is content coaching, and I help business owners create consistent content that converts into consistent sales for them, so they do not have to run paid ads or hire influencers. So tonight we're talking about how to plan your content. The secret to content, the secret to consistency, the secret to all of the greatness is planning out your content. If you want to be consistent, you have to plan. You cannot wait until the day of, the day before to be like, okay, I'm going to record content today, or I need a video to post today, and trying to figure out what video you're going to post. You cannot do that. You will never, I'm not going to say never, but it's very, very going to be very, 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 very hard for you to stay consistent if you do not plan out your content. If you have a job, if you have a family, if you have kids, if you have spouse, if you want to have a life, you're going to spend so much of your time wasted trying to figure out what the heck do I post. So I teach my clients my 3-step method that I call PBS. PBS stands for plan, batch, and schedule. That is the secret to being consistent. Plan, batch, and schedule. Okay? You have to do it. I have been creating content for almost 7 years. I've done it both ways. The bulk of my time, I have planned out my content. When I haven't planned out my content, I have not been consistent. When I plan out my content, I have been very consistent. So I am going to share with you, and I have been drinking wine. So I planned on going live a little bit later, but I started drinking this wine, and baby, your girl was ready to go to bed a little early. So I was like, let me go live a little early, okay? We're going to talk about planning out your content. So get out your pen and paper, get out your Google Doc, get out whatever you need to get out to take notes. Because if you want to be consistent, if you want to grow your audience, if you want to make more sales, you have to plan your content. No, you might have this thing in your head, well, I work best in the moment. That can be true. And I tell my clients all the time, plan out your content. And if something really good comes up in the moment, it will never hurt you to have extra. For example, if you planned out that you're posting 3 times a week on Instagram and something comes up in the moment, you go to an event, you see something, you hear something, you listen to a podcast, and you have a piece of content and you record it, you edit it, and you want to post it now. But it's going to feel so much better posting it in addition than trying to wait every day and rack your brain to figure out what you're going to post. If this makes sense, type yes in the comments. If you're on TikTok or Instagram, just tap the screen if this makes sense. You got to plan your content. So the first step in my master plan of PBS is planning your content. And I'm going to go through, I have like 7 steps, and I'm going to rant. I'm also very engaging on my lives. So if you have any questions, let me know. I've been sipping on wine, so I'm feeling really, really good. I've had a really, really, really good day. I'll share details about that later. But I'm feeling really good. My lives are interactive. So if you have a question about anything that I'm saying, let me know. I try to share examples from myself and from my clients within these steps so you can see what I'm talking about. But if you have questions, don't be shy. I answer all the questions, okay? So, excuse me. First tip that I have for you when it comes to planning your content. Now, this is going to be controversial. I stand by this. This is going to be very controversial in my opinion, because in the day and age that we're in, people think that you need to be on all the platforms all the time. But if you are a new business owner, 1 to 2 years, if you are not consistently making more than $3,000 per month from your business, I highly suggest you follow this tip. Why? Because less is more. You need to focus on one main platform and one secondary platform. When you are planning your content, you should not be planning content. You should not be planning content for 5 platforms. To this day, I only plan content for 1 platform. Right now, I have a Facebook bonus. So I am planning content for Facebook, but it's not anything that I don't already have recorded or repurposed. Okay. But I'm a little bit different because I've been doing this for 7 years. In my first 2 years, I only focused on YouTube. So let me back up. 1 main platform. So as a business owner, early on, I want you to pick 1 main platform and 1 secondary platform. Your main platform is, if everything else is gone, this is your number 1 ride or die. For me, it's YouTube. I started off as a YouTube girly. I will forever be a YouTube girly. My secondary platform, TikTok and Instagram, go hand in hand. TikTok is a step above Instagram for me. So YouTube goes first, TikTok goes second. When I sit down to plan my content for the month, I only plan my content for YouTube. Once that content is planned, I'm like, okay, how can I repurpose this on TikTok? But when I plan my content, I plan it for YouTube. If I can repurpose or repost things on TikTok and Instagram, great. When I started Chris the Maximizer in 2018, I posted long form YouTube only because that's all that was available. I had a Facebook business page and I had an Instagram business account. Those were my secondary platforms in 2018. You want to know what I did on Instagram and Facebook? I posted on YouTube, couponing at Walgreens. I would go to Facebook and Instagram and I would say, hey, I just posted a brand new video this week for couponing at Walgreens, deals for May 15th through May 20th. If you want to see those deals, head to my YouTube channel, Build a Business with Chris, and that's where you can see the deals. And I will put a link on Facebook of my YouTube video. And on Instagram, I would just put my YouTube thumbnail. I would crop it down to Instagram size and post it on Instagram. Does this make sense? Yes or no? When I was deciding what pieces of content, and I wasn't as organized in 2018 as I am in 2025, I literally only planned my YouTube videos. I did not plan content for Instagram or Facebook until 2020 when I had my VA help me with the content. Okay? So pick one platform. A lot of times you're burning yourself out and overwhelming yourself trying to figure out, what can I post on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn? People are posting on Threads. People are still posting on Twitter/X. People are posting on Snapchat. That's too much going on. That's when I first followed you. Yes. Couponer turned business coach. I love business coaching. I still love couponing. Like, I can still sit and talk about couponing for hours and hours and hours. I just don't teach it as much. I haven't had a one-on-one couponing client in a while, but I still take them. I get them every so often. Like, I'll still service them. All of my content's still up on that YouTube channel. And when I do some grocery hauls, I'll post them over on my couponing channel. But anywho, one main platform. Okay. I was posting only on YouTube and then repurposing. So the way that I built up my platforms and how I started going live on multiple platforms, because a lot of people will see me now and they're like, you're preaching one platform, but you're live on 5 platforms at once, because I'm a maximizer. And let me break this down for you. 2025 version of Crystal. I plan my content like so. I only plan for my YouTube channel and I post 1 long form video per week. 1 per week. For my short form videos that you see now, I'm only posting short form videos right now because Facebook got me into their bonus, and I can make up to $5,000 in 3 months. So anytime I can make a bonus, I'm going to do it. But I plan for YouTube only, and I plan my lives to be shared everywhere. From 2018 to 2020, I only posted on YouTube, and then Instagram and Facebook, I just created reposting content. Then I had my VA go in and take some of my YouTube content and make posts for me to put on Instagram. Simple. In 2020, I was asked by TikTok. TikTok paid me like $2,000 to post every day for 60 days a 15-second video, because it was during the pandemic and they were trying to build up TikTok. So I started and I planned content for TikTok. But where do you think I got all of my content for TikTok? I went to my 10 most popular YouTube videos and I went in there. I said, okay, what's the most popular topics in these videos? And I sat in front of my camera and I recorded a 15-second version of, this is where you find coupons. This is how you coupon at CVS. This is my top 3 couponing tips. This, and this. If you're struggling with saving money, do this and this and this. You don't know how to read a coupon, do this. I literally made 15-second quick versions of my 45-minute YouTube videos. Why? Because TikTok paid me $2,000. Does this make sense? Yes or no? Thank you so much for the likes. If this makes sense, tap the screen. If this makes sense, type yes in the comments on YouTube, Facebook. Let me know if y'all are with me, okay? That's how I started to build my TikTok platform. And then I saw, okay, TikTok's going. So I would make my YouTube videos. And then while I was in the store, I would make a quick TikTok version, 30 seconds to post on TikTok. Cool. That's how I ended up building all of my platforms. Facebook has never been a main platform. Instagram has never been a main platform. Facebook's a main platform right now because Facebook's like, we'll pay you $5,000 over 3 months if you meet these milestones. Like, I have to post like 20 Facebook reels in a month. I can do that. You want to know what I did? I went on my TikTok and I grabbed a bunch of TikToks that I never posted on Facebook, dropped those over there. I've been recording day in the life content because at the beginning of this year, I was like, you know what? I want to show more of who I am as a business coach. And I'm really behind. I'm still posting my February ones. I'm super behind, but I'm getting them up. I have a bunch of content recorded and I'm unloading the clip starting tomorrow. So I am doing short form content as well, but I'm only posting one long form video a week on YouTube. And then the other thing that I plan is I plan my lives. I plan my lives with the intention of going live in all the platforms at the same time. So right now, I'm live on my laptop on both of my YouTube channels, my couponing YouTube, my business YouTube, and my Facebook business page on my laptop. Then I have two phones. One phone for Instagram. Y'all can see my messed up black screen, but that's what the people look like over there. I have one phone for TikTok and one phone for Instagram. The reason why I do this is because it does not cost me anything extra, doesn't take me any extra effort to go live in all of my platforms. So I have some people watching on TikTok, I have some people watching on Instagram, and I have people watching on YouTube and Facebook at the same damn time. I also can allow my replays from Instagram, Facebook, and my YouTube channels to live on my platforms as content. Does this make sense? So over the 7 years, I evolved and I started going live on all of my platforms. I would probably say 2021, 2022. In the beginning, I was just going live on Facebook and YouTube. I didn't even add in Instagram and TikTok. And it wasn't until 2021 where I was like, let me see if I can just pop up my other phones, both my phones, and see if that could work. So I would probably say since late 2021, I have been going live in all the places, and it has worked out for me. My main type of content that I like to create is going live. That's where I connect with my audience the most. But the planning process that I'm about to walk you through, I do that same planning process for my lives that I do for my pre-recorded content. I just prefer going live because it's so much easier, in my opinion. So much easier, in my opinion. So, are there any questions? Any questions before we go on? So my first thing, and I know I went on a little bit of a rant, but my first tip is one main platform and a secondary platform. Your main platform is your bread and butter. That's where you're going to focus. Okay. You're already doing yourself a disservice if you're trying to post in multiple places and you don't have a steady flow, a steady plan, a steady strategy in one platform already. Okay. My second tip for you is the first thing you have to decide is how often do you want to post? This is also controversial. You do not have to post 3 to 5 times per day. You don't. You don't have to post every single day. When you are a business owner, your goal is to make sales. Okay. You want to make monies. If you are spending all of your time trying to post 3 to 5 times a day on Instagram, when are you selling? When are you doing customer service? When are you talking to your current customers, your past customers, your future customers? When do you have time to try your products if all you're doing is posting on social media? Okay. So you need to decide how many pieces of core content do you want to post per week? So my suggestion for you, if you're just starting off, you want to be consistent more than the quantity of posts that you get out. What I mean is you are going to perform much better sales-wise if Instagram is your main platform and you post 3 reels a week, every single week, than if you posted every day for 10 days and then didn't post anything for a month. And then you posted every day for 7 days and then you post anything for 2 weeks. If you can consistently put out 3 reels a week, your platform will grow. Your audience will be engaged. You will make sales. Consistency is the key. Okay. So how many pieces of core content, and I mean videos, I'm speaking to my business owners right now. Video content is king. Just posting a post is not good enough. Carousel posts are good, but when you are a business owner, you are looking to connect with your ideal client. Your ideal client needs to know you, like you, and trust you to buy from you. They can't get all of that from a stagnant post. The more they hear you, the more they see you, the more they can connect with you. So How many times per week do you want to post? If you're already posting 0 times per week, you don't want to do 5. Your goal is to do somewhere between 3 to 5 times per week if you're doing every platform except for YouTube long form. YouTube long form videos, 1 time per week minimum, 2 if you can. And this is for videos that are 8 to 10 minutes or longer. Does this make sense? Let me know in the comments if this makes sense. Tap the screen on TikTok if this makes sense. So 3 to 5 times per week. I always tell my new clients, when in doubt, start with 3. Because if you're already posting once a week now or barely once a week, you don't want to say, oh, I'm going to do 5 times a week. Because if you mess up the plan or you don't follow the plan, then you'll feel defeated. So I always say start with 3 times a week. Okay. So we're going to use, for example, let's just say we're posting 3 times a week on Instagram. We're doing Instagram Reels 3 times a week. You need 12 Reels for the month. 3 times a week times 4 weeks in a month. You need 12 Reels for the month. 12 Reels for the month. I teach my clients to plan their content for the month. This is also going to keep you consistent. This is also going to keep you ahead. Okay? 12 Reels is all you need. So it's May 15th right now. If you were my client, I would say, do not try to post for the rest of May. I would say it's to your benefit to come up with your 12 Reels so that you can start posting on June 1st. I mean, worst case, you could start posting the last Monday of May, which is about 2 weeks-ish, like May 26th, May 27th. But I wouldn't try to start posting tomorrow. You want to plan this content out. So now that you know you need 12 Reels for the month, you're planning it for the month. So you need 12 Reels for the month, okay? My next tip for you when it comes to planning your content, I want you to choose all 12 of your video topics. How do I come up with my video topics, Crystal? Number 1 is from your content pillars. Your content pillars are your 3 to 5 core topics that you talk about around your business, okay? So let's just say you sell lip gloss. You could be talking about beauty. You could be talking about skincare. You could be talking about makeup. You could be talking about exfoliation. Those four core topics, right? But I want you to look and see what are 12 topics that you want to talk about individually. If you talk about lip gloss, one thing you can talk about is the applicator. You can talk about sticky versus non-sticky lip gloss. You can talk about colored lip gloss versus clear lip gloss. You can talk about lip gloss versus chapstick and what's better and why. You see how I just came up with 4 or 5 topics easy. So number 1, from your content pillars. The second way you can come up with topics is what frequently asked questions do you get asked all the time? So in your time of selling lip gloss, in your time of being in the beauty industry, what are some questions that you get all the time? Every single month, I would make a piece of content on how to start couponing, where to find coupons. There's people ask me that all the time. I'm talking a lot now about how to plan your content, how to batch your content. There's people ask me all the time, how do you plan your content for the month? So what frequently asked questions do you get all the time? I want you to go to Google and I want you to type in your industry. You can literally type in lip gloss. Scroll down to the section of Google that says other questions people are asking. Perfect topics. I want you to go to your main platform and I want you to talk about a lip gloss business and see what questions people are asking. I want you to go to your competitors. Do not watch their content. Go to somebody that has over 100,000 followers, who has over 100,000 views on their videos. Pause the content, mute it, don't listen to it. Go to the comment section. What questions are people asking that are going unanswered? Does this make sense, yes or no? Tap the screen if that makes sense on TikTok. Let me know in the comments on YouTube if this makes sense, okay? Does this make sense? Go in to their comments and get the questions. Any question that someone is asking on that video will be a great piece of content for you. What questions do you get in your industry? What questions do people have about lip gloss all the time? What questions do people have about exfoliating? What questions do people have about facial skincare? What questions do people have about lip scrubs? You are an expert in this area. All you need is 12 topics. Come up with 12 topics. Simple. Okay. Once you have your 12 topics, and I told you where you can get these topics from, okay, the next thing you need to do to plan out your content is now you need your talking points for each topic. So if I had a topic of where to get coupons, my talking points would be the newspaper, which is very outdated and antiquated, in the apps of the stores that you are using, and I would say rebate apps would be the third place, even though it's not technically a coupon, but it's still a way to lower your price. You can also print coupons from the manufacturer's website. In certain websites, you go to their website, you scroll down, some of them still have printable coupons. You can also go into certain grocery stores and they still have PLEs, which are coupons that are on products. They still have Blinkies, which are those little black boxes where you can pull a coupon out. Some stores like Publix, I'm thinking of at the top of my head, they have coupon booklets in the front of their store where you can use their store coupons. Do you see how I just came up with 7 talking points of like where you could get coupons? So for each of your topics, you are going to put 3 to 5 talking points that you can talk about in your video. My topic today was how to plan your content. I have 7 talking points. All of these things are tips and things that can help you plan content. So yes, is this going to take time? The first couple times you do this, it's going to take you a few hours to plan. But if it takes you 2.5 hours to plan your topics and to outline, you can record. You literally can have a month's worth of content done in less than 4 hours if you're doing short form like TikTok or Instagram or shorts. Because if 12 videos, even if you do a full 3 minutes of 12 videos, that's only 36 minutes of content. That's it. 36 minutes. So even if it takes you 2 hours to plan and it takes you 2 hours to record, you literally could have a month's worth of content done in 4 hours. And you don't have to do all 4 hours at once. I don't suggest it. I break mine up. I pick my topics and then usually takes me 2 days to outline because my outlines are in depth and I usually do 7-ish talking points. 5 to 8 talking points is my sweet spot because I like to talk. I talk a lot. So it takes me usually about an hour or so, maybe 90 minutes to outline all of my videos. And I'm doing long form YouTube. So my videos are 8 to 10 minutes long. Okay. And then I go ahead and I record them. The other thing you want to do once you choose your topics and once you outline them, my next tip for you is you need to decide on your calls to action. You want to tell your audience what to do after they watch a piece of content. So my call to action for you today is to get on my email list. I am growing my email list and I'm growing my YouTube channel. Why? Because I have 2 coaching spots that are going to open on June 1st, but I am selling them in May. So my call to action for you, what I want you to do is I want you to go to KrysTheMaximizer.com, KRYS, themaximizer.com. Click on join the email list. It's totally free. When you join my email list, you are going to get notified every time that I go live. You are going to be able to book a free sales call with me. So if you're like, Crystal, I want to work with you, I want to be one of your one-on-one clients, you can book a 1-hour sales call and we can talk about where you are in your business, where you want to go and how you want to get there. You also will get the link to my YouTube channel, Build a Business with Chris. And you'll be able to subscribe. And I have over 150 videos on that YouTube channel where I can help you start and grow and plan your content and build your business and all the things, right? Like 150 videos over there. That's what you get when you get on my email list, and it's totally free. Okay? That's my call to action for you. So on each piece of your content, I want you to tell your audience what you want them to do. Do you want them to comment? Do you want them to DM? Do you want them to get on your email list? Or are you in a selling place where it's like, if your lips are dusty and crusty and you want some colored lip gloss, right now I do have 4 shades available. So if you go to KrysTheMaximizer.com, you can pick your favorite shade. Right now I'm wearing Rosy Future. Does that make sense? So I need you to decide what your calls to action are. Even if it's something as simple as, if you exfoliate your lips, put a rose emoji in the comments. If you don't exfoliate, why don't you exfoliate? Let me know in the comments. Simple. I've learned not to do lip scrubs because I did a lip scrub and it turned my lips black. So maybe it was that specific one that I was allergic to, but now I'm literally scared to use lip scrubs because my lips were black for like a month. And it took a while I had to wait for, I guess, that layer of skin to peel off. I was like, Lord, please don't let me look like I smoke weed because I don't smoke weed. I've never smoked. But the way my lips were, my sister was like, you look like you do drugs. I'm terrified of a lip scrub. So someone put that as their call to action. I'm like, girl, this one time I used a lip scrub, it turned my lips black and I do not want to look like a junkie. So I don't use lip scrubs. But you want to make sure that on every single piece of content, you tell your audience what to do. You want to guide them to the next step. You want your audience to know you, like you, and trust you. Okay? If you're in an audience building stage, don't go to sale. If you are building up your audience in preparation for a launch, then it should be join my email list to get notified when I launch. Right? I personally do not like the follow for more. Now on YouTube, I do tell people to subscribe. TikTok, I don't tell people to follow for more because the For You page really dominates on TikTok. I guess on Instagram, you could do, the whole follow me if you want to be updated, blah, blah, blah. But I think directing your audience off of the platform as a business owner is going to be more important to you than to have them following you on the platform. I know that kind of contradicts it. It's good to have both. But if I can tell someone what to do, I want to tell you to go join my email list. And then from my email list, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Does that make sense? Let me know if the comments that make sense. Oh, I lost my notes. Oh, I just been yapping. As I've been sitting here drinking this wine, I love going live. Like, I'm having a blast right now. I don't know if y'all know. I'm having a good old time right now. Okay, next. We're almost done. Now, you're probably thinking, Crystal, where am I writing all this down? I suggest when you're planning your content, this is tip number 6, write it out electronically. Now, if you are a paper and pen girly, I know I'm an OG paper and pen girly. I have upgraded to doing all of my stuff electronically. But I highly suggest you plan your content electronically in a calendar platform. So I use Airtable. And if you want a referral code, I do have a referral code. I get a bonus. You get a bonus if you want to use Airtable. It is also free. So if you are on my email list, you can reply to any of my emails and say, hey, give me the Airtable link. Or you can DM me on TikTok or Instagram and say, hey, I want the Airtable link. I'm just going to need your email address and I can send it to you. Basically, Airtable is a project management system. And I have it set up in a calendar view. And actually, I'm going to be posting a YouTube video this weekend about how I use Airtable to plan my content, which is perfect for this. And I put it in a calendar view. And I can very easily put each video on a Saturday. And then for my lives as well, I literally put each live on a day. I have the outline of the video. I have the call to action for the video. I have the description box for the YouTube part of the video. I have a caption that is going to be posted on Instagram or TikTok. I have a caption in that part. So I can literally put everything in there. The best part, if I schedule the video to go out on May 15th, but I need that video to swap with the May 20th video, I can swap them easy. And I'm not on pen and paper scratching things out. It's very easy. I can take the whole card and move it. If I need to view my content plan, I can view it from my laptop. I can view it from my phone. If I have an iPad, I can view it from my iPad. I can log into my Airtable somewhere else and get access to it. It's not in a notebook that I have to carry around all the time. That could get wet. That could get lost. It's literally in a cloud. It's on a website. It's in a project management system. If your business grows and you have a social media manager, you have a content manager, you have a virtual assistant, you will have a hub already for where all of your content is planned out. So if someone like my sister, she makes my thumbnails for me. We put all of that in a project management system. When I had my VA and she was helping me with my podcast and with Instagram, we put all of that in the project management system. They can leave notes. You can leave notes. You can put videos. You can put pictures. You can put everything in the project management system. And one thing as business owners that a lot of us forget to do, when it's you and you're a one woman, one man show, you're like, I do everything so everything can be in my brain. But you want to start to plan for if your business was a 6-figure business, a 7-figure business. You won't be the only person. They can't get in your notebook. And it's going to be harder for you to transition from paper to something electronic if you're getting busy and you're blowing up. But if you start when it's just you, like it took me a while, okay? It took me a while because I had my notebook. Where is my, y'all, I'm a mess. I had my notebook, okay? And I love this notebook to death. Actually, it's my notebook from last year, but because I ain't fill it up, I'm still using it. It says 2024 on it, but it's being used for 2025. I used to plan in here, okay? Right? I used to plan my content. I'm looking at content and all kinds of stuff in here. But if I left this notebook at home, or if a page accidentally ripped out, or if one of my team members asked me for something, they can't access my notebook. So over the past like 2 years, I've gone straight to computer, or I'll write in my notebook and then I quickly transcribe it. In the last 18 months, because I've been traveling and on the road so much, I've gone straight to computer. I didn't carry that notebook around with me because it was heavy. And I already had my laptop and my journal with me. So I was like, I'm going to just do it all electronically. So now my brain, when I'm ready to dump, I'll brain dump a little bit in my notebook and then I can just get straight to typing. So I highly suggest you use a project management system. Again, I use Airtable. If you want to get the link to Airtable, make sure you get on my email list at KristaMaximizer.com. It's linked in my profile on TikTok and Instagram. You can click the link. On YouTube and Facebook, it's in the description box. You can just go down, click the button. You can get on my email list, and then you can respond to any email that my system sends you. I get it. It comes to me. And you can just say, hey, I want the Airtable link. Or if you have any questions or you didn't see the link to book a sales call, you can reply to any email that I send you and it comes to my inbox and I will answer it. No one's answering it but me. Okay. My last tip for you to plan out your content kind of brings you into step 2, which is batching. If you are posting 3 times a week on Instagram and you're doing 2 to 3 minutes, that's 24 to 36 minutes of content. I want you to look at your calendar and I want you to pick a day. When can you sit down, block out 60 to 90 minutes to record all 12 of your videos? If you got to do 2 45-minute sessions and you record 6 and 6, I don't care. But when can you sit down and record your content? Or when can you sit down and take all of your B-roll clips and voice over your content? When can you put it on your calendar to sit down and record all 12 videos? Now, if you do all of this between May 15th and May 31st, you plan your content, you record your content, you should be able to start posting 3 times a week in June and stay consistent. The key to all of this is you always plan for the next month and the current month. So in May, you're planning for June. In June, you're planning for July. So even if something happens, if you get sick, if you have to travel, you're always a month ahead. And start planning early. So for me, because I post once per week on my long form YouTube, I plan those out and I will record 2.5 to 3 months at a time. So right now, the last time I recorded content was February, and I have enough content that's going to get me through the second week of June. And then I'm going to record again at the beginning of June. That content is going to be the rest of June, all of July, and all of August. So that way I won't have to record again until August for September and October. Does that make sense? Because July, I'm moving. It's going to be real hectic in July. I'm traveling for work, a lot going on in July, and I do not want to have to record content in July. I was traveling in March and April for one of my side hustles, so there's no way I was going to be able to record content. And I knew that beforehand, so I planned in advance. I plan out a month's worth of lives at a time. So I plan out one whole month, and if I need to move them, like last night, I was in the bed. I was like, I'm not going live. I just moved yesterday's topic to today. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I just picked it up from Wednesday, dropped it on Thursday, and I said I will go live on Thursday with that topic. Very simple. So you're going to film your content, and I have videos on my channel about how to batch your content, but you're going to film it, you're going to edit it, you're going to schedule it. That's my PBS method to help you plan your content for a month with ease. As you're going through your everyday in your business, if you get any questions, if you get any thoughts, if you get any feelings of like, oh, this would be good content, you also can write that in your project management system. So I'll create little cards with future topics. So I think I have like 4 right now of future topics that I want to be for my lives, not necessarily for content. Or I have 2 for content. I think I have like 4 or 5 for lives. They don't have a date on them yet. It just has a topic that I want to talk about. And some of them have like a little brief notes or a voice memo I attach that I talk to myself of like, oh my gosh, I want to talk about this and do this and do this, right? I put that into my project management system because it's linked on my phone. I have a work phone and a personal. As soon as I get the idea, I'll drop it into Airtable. It takes me 30 seconds. Drop it in. So when I'm sitting down and I'm in content planning mode, I go and I see, okay, I look at my ideas that I had from the month. Anything that I've questions that I did with any of my clients where I'm like, oh, if my client had this, then I probably should talk about this in a piece of content, or I should probably talk about this in a live, or maybe I'll just make a whole video on it. I keep all of those notes. Again, in the old days, I used to write them down on paper. I also sometimes have a Google Doc where if I'm thinking of something, I'll just put it in a Google Doc, and then I'll take from that Google Doc and put it in my project management system. And then on topic planning day, I'm like, whoosh, 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 let me pull, and I can bring in the topics. Does this make sense? So those are my tips for planning your content with ease for the month. Now, I would love for you to join my email list. So please go to KristenMaximizer.com. Click on join the list. It's totally free. You'll get notified when I go live. You'll get notified of my new coaching offers. And you should be getting an email tomorrow, Saturday, about my updated, because my days are jumbled up, about my new YouTube video that's going out on Saturday. And then you also will get the details of my brand new coaching offer that has 2 sites opening on June 1st. Okay. My 9-month one-on-one coaching where I help you with your content, your consistency, and your cash. Okay. So I would love to open the floor for questions. What questions do you have about planning your content, creating your content? If you don't have any questions, can you let me know in the comments, was this helpful? Yes or no, if you don't have any questions. One question I get all the time while I wait for y'all to type is which content, Jesus, which platform should I pick as my main platform? Which platform is the best platform? Which platform will I go viral on the most? So first things first, virality cannot be your strategy. If you go viral, great, but you can't wait on it. In the 7 years that I've been posting content, I haven't gone viral. My most viewed video on TikTok has 400,000 views. My most viewed video on YouTube after posting, I posted for 5 years. My most viewed video on YouTube has 200,000 views. I have one video with 200,000 views. I have one video with 30,000 views. Every other video on my YouTube channel has 15,000 views. I think I have a couple with 20, but like 20,000 views or less. The average of my YouTube channel views 8 to 10,000. I've still been able to make hundreds of thousands of dollars. I've still been able to get 4 and 5-figure brand deals. I've still been able to make money. I've still been able to sign clients. I've still been able to pay my bills. You don't need to go viral. I posted for 5 years before my first couponing video blew up and went viral. I posted from 2018. I posted that video at the end of 2022, and it kind of went viral in 2023. And that's how it is now gotten over 200,000 views. Okay? I'm saying this to say, you make the platform does not make you. There are people making $0 and posting on every platform. There's people making hundreds of thousands of dollars on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Snapchat, on Threads, on X. You can make money on every single platform. So when it comes to picking a platform, you have to ask yourself, number one, what platform do you actually want to be on? Where do you want to invest your time, energy, and effort? For me, YouTube's always number one. YouTube's going to be big. So when I decided to be a business coach, because I wanted to have a fresh audience of people who wanted to start and grow a business, I wanted to be fresh in the algorithm. I created a brand new YouTube channel in 2023, Build a Business with Chris. If you're not subscribed, go subscribe. Build a Business with KRYS. And that's where I post all of my business content, okay? YouTube is always going to be my main platform because my ideal clients are there. I like to talk. I like to teach. I like to do long form content. So YouTube is a great platform for me. And YouTube is the best when it comes to being able to get paid directly from the platform. While I'm not harping on that, my couponing YouTube channel is still monetized. And I've gotten a paycheck almost every single month since I've been monetized. Since I've been monetized, there's only been 1 month so far that I have not gotten a paycheck. And I have not posted consistently on that channel in the past like year and a half, 2 years. So I'm not harping on making money from the platform, but it is a nice perk. I'm monetized on TikTok as well. I've made a few $100s from being monetized on TikTok. I don't post enough, and I don't post enough controversially. I also need to be more consistent, but it's not my main platform, so I don't trip. Anywho, what platform do you want to be on is what my brain is trying to say. What platform do you want to be on? Where do you want to put your energy and effort in? Where do you want to show up? Where do you want to learn the ropes? Where do you want to use all the features? Because whatever platform you're on, you need to be using all the features. Okay. So, and then you want to find the intersection of what platform, what platform is your ideal clients on? Where are your people? Okay. What platform are your people on? Now, being a business coach, there's business owners on every single platform. So I know that I'll thrive everywhere. I know that I will thrive everywhere. I'm not worried about that. I know that I can be successful everywhere. Not worrying about that. But for me, I choose YouTube as my main platform and then TikTok as my secondary, and then Facebook and Instagram, they're in there together. Does that make sense? And that's a question I get all the time. What platform is the best platform? Remember, you make the platform. The platform doesn't make you. Virality cannot be your goal. Consistency is going to win you every single time. If you're sitting around waiting to go viral, you're doing your business a disservice. I want to say I was at a farmer's market, but I wasn't. I was at a community event and they had vendor tables. And I went up to this girl and I think she sold soap, handmade soap. It was really cute. And I was asking her questions. You know, the business coach of Crystal, I ask all kinds of questions. And she was like, yeah, we do okay, but like, I'm just waiting for us to like blow up on TikTok. And I didn't go full business coach on her because not everybody wants that. Not everybody needs that. It's not my place to do that with people who are not paying me and who did not ask for that. But it made me a little bit sad because she was only posting in hopes of going viral instead of posting to build an audience and make sales to the people who truly want to buy from you. I don't want to go viral if I'm going viral in front of 500,000 people who have 9-to-5s and they have no idea or no desire to start a business. That does not serve me. But if 1,000 people who are business owners who want to start a business watch my video, that's more impactful to me than 500,000 people who never want to start a business. Does this make sense? Let me know if this makes sense. Tap the screen if this makes sense. Yes, in the comments if this makes sense. It doesn't make sense for me to go viral in front of 500,000 people who do not want to buy what I'm selling. Virality is never my goal. Consistently showing up and building an audience of my ideal clients. How do I do that? By what I'm doing right now. Talking about content to business owners because I want to help business owners with their content. I want to help you plan out your content. So like if you were my client, those 12 real ideas, I would sit with you and help you come up with your 12 real ideas. Then I'd let you outline and ask you if you needed help with your outline. Then I'd sit with you and help you figure out what day on your calendar are you going to be recording. And then I would encourage you and motivate you and cheer you on as you record. I will walk you through the process of editing. Okay. I will help you do all the things around content, consistency, and cash. But the biggest thing I help my clients with is planning out their content. Based on their previous content, based on their industry, based on their questions, I help them come up with their ideas. I had a client come to me and she sells candles and she had 27 stagnant posts planned and she was just going to post a picture and a caption. And I was like, we need to turn these into reels. Every single one of these needs to be reels. Post 3 a week. That's what we're doing, right? And she's recording her reels. She's not planning to start posting until I think next week, but she has all 27 topics. So she's 2 months done. Now all she has to do is create the reels, right? Hey, Mona. All she has to do is create the reels. So consistency is what you should be going after, not virality. Consistency is going to keep you cash, not virality. And sometimes you may go viral and you may not be ready for what's coming in. Consistency will keep you there. I just pray for consistency every day. I don't need to go viral because right now, as a business coach, I'm doing one-on-one coaching. I can't have more than 10 to 12 clients. So going viral in front of a million people may not serve me. I have a long ass wait list. But even if I start a group program, I can't have 500 people in my group program. I mean, I could maybe support 40 people. But like, think about that. Going viral in front of a million people, 500,000 people, 100,000 people, if they all wanted to work with me, or even if 20% of 100,000 people wanted to work with me, I don't have the capacity for that. If 1% of 100,000 people wanted to work with me, I don't even have 100 spots in my roster. Like I don't have 100 spots. I'm looking to serve, I think, anywhere from 20 to 30 clients in a year would give me an amazing 6-figure year. Your 20 or 30 clients in a year is all I need. Now, if you're selling products, you could probably make a lot more sales. But I want you to look at your sales right now on average. If you 10 times that or 100 times that, could you or do you have the capacity to do that right now? I'm doing good. I have not been live in a while. This is my second time live this week because I'm actually back home. So I think I only went live once in April. I went live like once in March because I was on the road so much. But I'm back home. So I'll be live a lot more often in the next 5 or 6 weeks. Then I'll be on the road again. Then I'll be back here and I got to move. So I have a lot going on. Y'all get her as a coach. She is the best. Oh, thank you, Muna. I appreciate that. Muna is one of my clients, and we're actually starting a business from scratch. So I'm helping her create a business, and she'll be posting her content soon. I post my question. Hey, Nicole, I did not see your question. Could you do me a favor and retype it? Because I did not see your question. I do apologize. Let me see. It did not show me your question. So can you do me a favor and repost your question? The last thing I see from you, it says, I like that. So TikTok did not show me. Do you still coupon? Yes, I still coupon. I still have my stockpile. I just do not record myself couponing anymore. Couponing is not the focus of my business anymore. The focus of my business is helping women start and grow their businesses, and creating consistent content in order to make sales in their business. But I still coupon. My stockpile is very low because I had been on the road for the past 2 months, and I couponed on the road like twice. Like I needed panty liners, I needed body wash, I needed chapstick, and I couponed for that stuff. And I just got home this week, and I just got home this week, and I looked at my stockpile and I was like, girl, I need to redo it. So Nicole, I hope you can retype your question if you're still here. Because I see a couple other people's questions, but I don't see yours. Do you still teach couponing? If someone comes to me, yes. If someone comes to me and they want help with it, yes. I have a specific like couponing package. I just posted. I don't see it. I can see I just posted. Did you post it like in a Q&A section? Because I see your post that says I just posted, but I don't see your question. I am so sorry. I don't know what TikTok is doing. Let me see. Settings. It's so weird. I am so sorry. I see I just posted. Muna, do you see Nicole's question by any chance? Roxanne, can you see Nicole's question? I see Nicole. I post my question. Roxanne, do you still coupon? Muna says, do you still coupon? I mean, do I still teach couponing? I do if someone asks. Roxanne says I was a maximizer for a while. Yay, Nicole says I just posted. Okay, Muna says she doesn't see your question either. Roxanne says she doesn't see your question either. Okay, cool. I just want to make sure that it's not me. I'm not sure where you're posting it. Wherever you just said I just posted, can you just type your question right out in the comments? Because I'm trying to see if there's a Q&A feature on. Oh, no. Oh, there's my form. My bad. I put my form out there. That's if you want to get on my email list. Yeah, I don't see it. I'm trying to see if there's a Q&A on here. Lightning Q&A, live gifts, camera, mute. Yeah, I don't see it. Yeah, just type it in the comment because I don't know what the hell happened. I see the form now. Okay, yeah. So if you want to get on my email list on TikTok, you can fill out the form. I didn't mean to put the form up there. I was trying to figure out if I could see her question. Yeah. So hopefully Nicole can post her question. Does anybody else have any other questions? If you don't have any questions, let me know if this was helpful. I do want to thank y'all so much for joining. I'm coming up on an hour. I'm about to go get in my bed, okay? I need to edit a video, but I'm about to go get in my bed because I'm tired. I am tired. I had a long day. If you follow me on Instagram, I think I didn't post it on TikTok, but if you follow me on Instagram, you can see my Instagram stories. Nope, I don't. I didn't know you were in here for an hour. No, I don't. Comment settings. You're on allow comments. I sent you a Voxer. Okay, cool. Oh, can I reply? This is so weird. Are you posting it like in a Q&A section? Because I don't see that. Sorry, Instagram and YouTube. She has a question, but it's really not coming up. I'm trying to see if there's maybe a Q&A. Oh no, this is TikTok Shop, which I don't have. Okay. Service. Pin notice, service preview. I don't see a Q&A box. Okay, I'm not sure. I don't know, maybe if your question has one of the blocked keywords. And I don't have many keywords blocked. The only other thing I will say, Nicole, is if you can't get it in the comments, if you're typing it and TikTok's blocking it, you can send me a DM. That's so weird. I don't know. If you can reply to Muna and drop the comment, let's see if that works. Because this is so strange. Why TikTok got to be doing this? Does anybody else have any other questions that they have about content? Let me know if anybody else has any questions about content. I hope you are able to join my email list, Nicole. Oh, let me see right here. Oh, was your question do I help face-based content or just businesses? Was it that question you posted initially? Okay. Because, yeah, I saw that question initially. Is that the question, Nicole? Because I answered that at the very beginning, but I can answer it again. Thanks, Tanya. No. Okay, cool. Yes, you can DM me. If you want me to say the question aloud, that's the only thing that I'm like, I can check my TikTok DMs on my laptop and see if you sent it now. If you send the DM now, I can open it on my laptop. Let's see. I don't know why TikTok is acting like this. Okay, the message isn't typing. Oh, it says the message type isn't supported. Download TikTok app to view this message. Hold on. I guess I gotta go in the app because it won't let me see it on the laptop. Okay, her question was I wanted to know if you are new to YouTube. Oh, maybe it's because you put YouTube. I wanted to know if you are new to YouTube and TikTok and how often should we post? Oh, that's actually a great question. Come back to my live Instagram. Hold on. Instagram's acting up now. Let me close these tabs. Okay, I'm back. So her question was, am I new to YouTube and TikTok? Great question. Excuse me. Answer to that question is no. So let me tell you a little bit about myself if you didn't hear it earlier. So I'm not new to YouTube. I started my very first YouTube channel in 2018. So I've been posting on YouTube in August. It would be 7 years. My first YouTube channel was all about couponing, budgeting, and meal planning. That YouTube channel right now has 42,900 subscribers. So I've been building that YouTube channel for 7 years. I have 42,000 subscribers. TikTok. I started my TikTok account in 2020. Early 2020, I did the Don't Rush Challenge with a bunch of other couponers, and then I didn't really post. Fall of 2020, TikTok agreed to pay a bunch of creators, and they paid me $2,000, about $2,000, to post a 15-second video every day for 2 months. So that's when I really started posting on TikTok at the end of 2020. I didn't start taking TikTok serious until 2021. And that's when I started posting more. I did a few collaborations and brand posts with posting on TikTok. My TikTok right now has 50,000 followers. So I've been growing my TikTok for a while. So does that answer the first part of your question? I am not new. In 2023, I started my second YouTube channel. Now, my second YouTube channel, my business YouTube channel, only has 846 subscribers, but I'm not posting nearly as much as I posted when I posted my couponing channel. But again, I'm here to make sales, and I've already gotten clients from that YouTube channel. Even with only 846 followers, I've been able to get a couple of clients who are like, I seen your YouTube. And there's people watching me. Let me see. Are there people watching me right now on this? There is one person over on YouTube watching from the Build a Business with Chris YouTube channel. So I get a lot of views on my replays. But like I said, I've been creating content for 7 years, and I started my YouTube channel first. So I had my YouTube channel for 2.5 years before I started on TikTok. How often should we post? I talked about this a little bit too. So I want to ask you first, what is your main platform, Nicole? What's your number one platform that you're going to be focusing on for your content? If you're doing long form YouTube, you want to be posting 1 video per week long form. If you're doing any short form videos, YouTube Shorts, TikToks, Reels, on Instagram or Facebook, you want to be posting either 3 to 5 times per week. If you are new to posting consistently, go with 3 times per week, and you want video content. Video content. Face to camera talking. Or if you sell a product that you make, show us you making the product, putting it together, but voiceover by telling a story. Okay? So selling with storytelling is a live I'm also going to be doing sometime in the next week. But it's all about telling a story, and it's all about showing us what you do and how you do it. Does that make sense, Nicole? Let me know if that answers your question. So 3 to 5 times per week if you're doing short form videos. If right now you're posting 0 to 1 time per week, I highly suggest you start with 3. Can it be faceless? What are you selling? Focus on me. What are you selling? I will say this confidently. I'm not the coach for you if you don't want to show your face. If you are selling candles that you are hand making, why don't you want to show your face? I'm not the coach for that. I'm the coach that if you want to sell a product or a service that you have created, I feel like you need to show your face. Your audience needs to know you, like you, and trust you before they can buy from you. I can even argue that you wearing your t-shirt and telling us about it will sell a lot more than a faceless little cartoon with your t-shirt. The cartoons and the faceless stuff is cute once you have an audience, once you have people who know you, like you, and trust you. From me personally, I have not worked with anybody who does completely faceless, never shows their face, never shows their voice. Just the way that I teach and the way that I help my clients, I personally don't think that is the best method. Like, why don't you want to show your face? You are the best person to talk about your product or service. So I haven't helped a client with faceless. I don't know if I would, because I am a strong believer that you should show your face. There's a lot of AI stuff going on. I'm not a big AI person. I do not use ChatGPT. I know some people live and die by it. I'm a little bit of an older millennial. I guess I'm an in-between millennial. I just do things the old-fashioned way. I know ChatGPT could give me all of these things, but it doesn't hurt me to look it up myself. But if you're selling a physical product or selling a service, like I sell coaching, could you imagine me trying to get people to work with me and they've never seen me, never heard my voice, they've never seen me interact online? How can I get you to pay me thousands of dollars to be your coach? I'm not paying a coach thousands of dollars and I never seen her face. Does that make sense? That makes sense. Just wanted to know which one works best. What works best is what works for you and what you make work. So if you're selling a product or service, I would highly suggest you show your face and share your voice. If you're doing one of them AI thingies, maybe faceless works. I'm also not a big fan of the MRR and selling all those bundles and crap. I'm not a fan of that either. Because you want to sell a product or service that you know works and that you know solves a problem for someone. The best businesses solve a problem or offer convenience. But that's just me. I'm just not the coach that works with those types of businesses. Yeah, you wouldn't be my coach, then I'd be worried about a scam. Yeah, if you never saw my face or never heard my voice, I wouldn't sign up. Like, I didn't sign with my coach until I met her in person. I went to an in-person event, and that's how I signed with her. And then the second coach that I paid one-on-one for, I met her at my coach's event. She was one of my coach's clients, and I signed with her. And then the other people that I've invested in, it's because I watched their lives, I watched their videos, I engaged with them in their communities, and then I bought from them and I became a student or a client of theirs. I'm not buying a coaching program. Like, you can buy a PDF, right? But I'm here to argue, like, can this PDF really solve my problem? I'm the coach that's like, I'd rather walk you through the process to help you solve your problem. Could I make an ebook and tell you how to create content? Yes. Could I create a course, sell it for $200, $500 and say, this is how you create consistent content and grow your business? Yes. Is that going to give you the best solution to your problem? I think not. I think ebooks and courses are a great start. But if you want to get to the next level, you need to speak to someone. You need a coach to be like, you need to be able to ask questions of someone. You can buy the course. You can't ask the course a question. Now, you could go in and maybe type a question. Even that, we can argue, isn't the best way to communicate. I'd rather talk to you all day and figure out if our coaching is going to be a good fit than to like just text back and forth. You can't hear my inflection. You can't hear my tone. You can't understand what I am trying to say to you if I'm just typing it all the time. You can ask my clients. When we in Voxer, I'll say 85% of the time I'm talking in Voxer more than I'm texting. Short stuff. Like when I'm listening to their message and I'm giving them feedback, I'll type. Then I'll type it, but then I'll also talk it. You're right, because look how much back and forth we go when I wouldn't be able to do that with an ebook or a course. Yes. Muna is one of my clients. She has Voxer access. She can message me every day. We go back and forth in Voxer very often in between our calls. And we do a lot of voice messages. We text a little bit, but we do a lot more voice messages. And that's true with all of my clients. 85% of the time, we're doing voice messages because it's easier to talk to someone. And she can get the coaching that she needs when she's working on something. She doesn't have to wait for me to message her back. And she's not taking a course where I told her what to do and then she's stuck like, well, she was talking about a candle. How can I apply that to a t-shirt business? When you are my client, I tell you specifically. Yes, I use the candle business as an example, but if you sell t-shirts, this is how we can apply it to you. What I want to do is faith-based, where you focus on one verse from the Bible on paper while I am recording it. So what are you selling exactly? In your mind, Nicole, what are you selling? I'm here shaking my head like, yeah, you can see me. It will be visual for them. So you're selling a voice recording of the Bible? Is that your idea? Thank you, Muna, for the likes. I appreciate it. Does anybody else have any questions? Because now I feel like I'm ranting. Like I'm in my element. Like I freaking love this. D, what's up? My biz bestie is here. The wine has kicked in. I am ranting and raving. I'll be teaching how to read the Bible and build a relationship with God. Okay. So, a little bit of free coaching. I would ask you to ask yourself, what problem are you solving? And are people going to pay you to solve that problem? Or are you just creating content around teaching people how to read the Bible and build a relationship? Are you looking to sell something, or are you looking to just create content and build a community? Because if you're looking to sell something, you need to ask yourself, what problem am I solving? And are people going to pay me to solve it? Are people going to pay me to solve the problem? Is someone going to pay you to help them learn how to read the Bible? Create content and build a community. Okay. So in that case, if that's all you're doing to create content, you can absolutely do that. If you're not selling anything, if your goal is just to just create content and build a community, you can absolutely create content around that. So you want to do like a verse a day, a verse a week, and deep dive? Absolutely. So the tips that I shared with you about planning out your content, you can absolutely do that. I also have a one-time strategy session. The strategy session is 90 minutes, and you will leave with a 30-day content plan. Oops, that's not what I was supposed to be looking up. You will leave with a 30-day content plan where I help you figure out your not your stagnant content, your video content and your lives for the next 30 days. And you leave with a Google Doc of your 30-day customized content strategy. You get the replay of your Zoom. If you were selling anything, I would help you create content around selling. And I would also help you create some emails to send along with your content. So if you want to do a one-time strategy session, it's 90 minutes. It's $349. That's also on my website. So if you joined my email list and you went to my website, you can go ahead and book a strategy session, and I'll be more than I'll be more than willing to help you create your first 30 days of content with you teaching people how to read the Bible. That would be a great start. You're welcome. And I do have payment plan options as well. So it's $349, but payment plan options are available on the website. Once you book it, once you pay, you can choose your time. And then I have times as early as this week if you want to book a strategy session. And then if you want to work long-term to get this reoccurring help, I do have a 9-month coaching package to do that. So yeah, just go to my email list or click the link on my profile and you can get all the details. Okay. Anybody have any other questions? Great questions. I just been ranting and raving and it feels good. Okay. So for me to you, make sure get on my email list. If you're not on my email list already, you can go to KrysTheMaximizer.com. That's KRYS, themaximizer.com. Click on join the list. Okay. Once you're on the email list, you'll get notified when I go live. I should be live again tomorrow around this time-ish. You'll get notified when I go live. You'll get notified of my most up-to-date coaching offers, and you will get notified when I post a new video. I'll have a new video going out this weekend. And like I said, I have 2 coaching spots available with a start date of June 1st and my 9-month coaching offer. So when you get on the email list, you'll see more details about how you can book a free sales call for us to chat about working together to see if I would be a great fit to help you create consistent content and sales in your business. And all of that is at KrysTheMaximizer.com on my website, which is also linked in my profile on Instagram and TikTok and in the description box on Facebook and YouTube. Do we have any other questions before I go? Was this helpful? Who that wine is kicking in? The wine is kicking in. All right. I don't see any questions. Yes. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Thank you so much for the likes. I appreciate it. Like I said, I'll do my best to go live again tomorrow around this time. Yeah. So thank y'all so much for joining, and I will see some of you tomorrow. You have a good night as well. Bye.